Alright guys, look what I came across on Talksport.com. Naive, Andy Ruiz Jr. versus Anthony Joshua rematch. Bob Arum brands Eddie Hearn stupid for handling of Saudi Arabia announcement. So I'm going to be quoting some of the things that Mr. Bob Arum said. I think Eddie Hearn showed how stupid he is by making the announcement that the fight was in Saudi Arabia before he signed Ruiz to a contract. Now Ruiz has him by the balls. He's in a great position because the guy went out on a limb and announced the venue in Saudi Arabia. Ruiz, one country in the world he doesn't have to go to if he doesn't want is Saudi Arabia because his own government said you're not safe there. Well, I guess that's all fucking Bob Arum said, because that's all they're showing me in this fucking piece. Anyway, what the Mr. Bob Arum said here. He said Nat Ruiz has Eddie Hearn by the balls, and Eddie Hearn is stupid because obviously last week Eddie Hearn came out and made a little press conference saying that how basically announcing Anthony Joshua versus Andy Ruiz, the rematch, and he said it was going to happen on December 7th, I believe, in Saudi Arabia. The next day, Andy Ruiz Jr. came out and said, that's not going to happen. I want the fight to happen in the U.S., and I'm trying to work stuff out with the contract. We're trying to resolve issues with the contract, and then I'm going to announce the real news. And I had made a video earlier before that saying, did Eddie Hearn do that just to put pressure on Andy Ruiz Jr.? And I also made a video saying that I didn't know who to believe because you had one guy in Eddie Hearn saying, that the fight was already signed, the fight's going to happen in Saudi Arabia. And then you had the other guy in Andy Ruiz Jr. coming out saying, actually, no, the fight isn't happening over there. And I made a video saying I don't know who to fucking believe. So if I'm believing Andy Ruiz Jr., and if Eddie Hearn came out and said, the fight's going to happen in Saudi Arabia, but Andy Ruiz didn't really sign the contract, and that means that Eddie Hearn just fucking did that because he wanted to basically, I guess, put pressure on Andy Ruiz and make it seem like, hey, now you have to sign the fight to go to make the fight happen in Saudi Arabia because I already announced it, homie. But now, if this is true, where Andy Ruiz didn't actually sign the contract, then it does kind of make Eddie Hearn look stupid because imagine then they agreed to have the fight happen in, I don't know, Madison Square Garden again. Let's say, imagine a week from now we hear breaking news, Andy Ruiz versus Anthony Joshua to happen in fucking New York City, the rematch. Once again, you're going to be scratching your head. You're going to be like, what the fuck? Didn't Eddie Hearn just announce a week ago that this fight was taking place in fucking Saudi Arabia? But that's just going to make Eddie Hearn look stupid, right? Because it's going to be like, okay, so clearly he was just bullshitting when he announced that Joshua rematch to happen in Saudi Arabia. And he was lying about the fact that Andy Ruiz actually is lying to have the fight over there. But again, I still don't know if Eddie Hearn's lying or not because maybe Andy Ruiz is lying. Maybe Andy Ruiz actually did sign the contract and Eddie Hearn is being real. He's being honest. It's just that, he's trying to get, I guess, maybe he's just trying to demand a certain amount of money, and that's it. Maybe we're just going to hear later on that, the fight is actually going to happen in Saudi Arabia, but what's his name? And Andy Ruiz is getting just paid a little bit more money. I think that might be the case more. I think we might hear instead, Andy Ruiz is going to be receiving maybe $12 million instead of the $9 million that he was supposed to get. So, yeah, the only way Eddie Hearn would really look stupid would be, would be if Andy Ruiz was right and he actually didn't sign the contract, and then we find out that the fight's gonna happen actually in New York. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I'm out.